Samsung introduced its smartwatch, the Galaxy Gear, yesterday, about a week before its main rival Apple releases a smartwatch of its own. Samsung's smartwatch links with its Galaxy line smartphones and can make phone calls, take pictures, and send messages. The long-awaited launch of the gadget, which comes ahead of the IFA Tech Convention in Berlin, has widely been seen as the Korean tech giant's attempt to set a new trend in the global mobile device industry. For more on the buzz in the smart tech industry, let's now turn to Dr. Kim Byoung-joo, head of KL&P Consulting and a regular commentator on Arirang News. Hello, Dr. Kim.
Good afternoon.
So, the Korean tech giant's release of its smartwatch can be seen as a new frontier in the Samsung-Apple rivalry, I would say. So, should we take this as another sign that these two giants will continue to lead the global device industry?
I think answering that question would be quite difficult because this is a very fast-changing environment. And Samsung this time, what they try to do is present the image of a market leader going ahead a week ahead of the Apple for sure. But there seems to be a question out there whether actually this Galaxy Gear itself is a game changer. There's like iPhone. iPhone changed the entire landscape of the industry and started a whole new game. And whether this Galaxy Gear itself is such a thing, I think we still need more time. When it was introduced yesterday, they were saying this is the starting of a new fashion, new trend, and all that. But the fact that this Galaxy Gear itself needs to operate in coordination with the smartphone itself, it's assisting the operation of a smartphone and also assisted by the smartphone as well. So this is not a standalone device. Therefore, there seems to be certain limit, at least in the eyes of the analysts. They're saying that whether this can be actually a total new game changer. And the price seems to be also standing in the way as a barrier for widespread use, at least for some time here. And we will need more time until Apple introduces its line. The rumor says, as you said, next week on the 10th, what they will introduce will be a smart watch, but we do not have a confirmation on that. So if Apple follows Samsung with its own smart watch, with some kind of a standalone device, that would be a different kind of market action or news that we will face here. And you asked the question whether Samsung and Apple will lead as the two leaders. Well, LG as in the eyes of most of the analysts as a distant number 3, I think they still have a chance to play their game more actively. They are working on marketing their G2 phones at this point. So if the smart watches do not fly as far and as high, still the smartphones, where LG is focusing on with its G2 lines, may still continue to be the main game of the town. So we need time on this.
I see. So let's turn to other key players. We heard a few days ago that Microsoft is going to buy, Finnish handset maker Nokia.
Right. And
we also heard that Verizon, the top communications service provider in the U.S., will completely gain control of Verizon Wireless after a multi-billion-dollar deal.
Right.
So all these things, what's your take on these events? Are they unrelated or what?
They're all related for sure because, this Nokia deal, for instance, Microsoft paying about the $5 billion for that controlling share of Nokia itself. And Nokia actually, the company itself kind of giving up its smartphone or mobile phone business as a whole entirely and giving up on the manufacturing side and just focusing on the system operation and all that seems to really indicate the overall market trend here. Manufacturing itself seems to be an area where it gets to be saturated with new competition coming in continuously. We have names as Sony Ericsson, for instance, Motorola, all these glorious names of the past kind of fading away fast. So indeed, Nokia's past glory seems to be fading out here, and we are being reminded once again this market itself is a very fast changing dynamics, and so the manufacturing itself may not be a game that you can bet on for long-term prosperity as a company. And we have to note that these system operators such as Microsoft or system designer or network operators such as Verizon taking over Nokia or Vodafone, for instance, seem to indicate that somehow the overall center of the game seems to be moving on from the manufacturing into a system operation or system design.
And we also have reports that Blackberry may also be, purchased by other
Right, indeed. We don't have a buyer yet. But there are news coming out, and BlackBerry seems to be quite desperate because Nokia has been purchased by Microsoft. So one buyer is gone from the market. So the rumor says, investment fund or some kind of Asian IT corporation, perhaps Chinese. The names are Chinese names such as Lenovo, ZTE, or Huawei. And these are all competitive names indeed as a new owner of, a possible owner of BlackBerry. And on this, we still need more time, perhaps a week or so, to find out who will be actually buying this. But this once again confirms the fact that manufacturing market itself is a very fast saturating market where all these newcomers are coming in and old glorious names are fading out very, very fast.
Definitely. Well, some analysts say the global mobile market will soon be dominated by device makers from Korea, the United States, and China.
Right.
So how does this observation relate to what we just talked about in terms of the Samsung and Apple rivalry, and where does the China come in?
Because the overall dynamics is such a fast-changing one, the analysts are mentioning the names such as Korea, China, and the United States. But I don't know whether that kind of betting itself is a reliable one in the long run because the players are changing so fast. For now, European players seems to be out. Nokia, Vodafone, they seems to be out of the top list right now. And the Japanese, Sony Ericsson, and Swedish name, that's already out of the picture here. So when you say actually Korea, China and United States will be the three countries that will be dominating the market. Who knows? Because India is fast becoming the third largest smartphone market in the world. Indeed, for the last whole year, their market size has grown like 3 times. And we have Indian names such as Carbon or Micromax that are becoming recognizable players fast. So indeed, mentioning those country names itself may be a little bit of a short-termism. And in the long run, nobody can bet which countries will actually dominate this market.
So the fall of old global device makers and the rise of new ones. So how will that affect consumers in Korea? What should we keep in mind?
I think what we should keep in mind is that Samsung, as such an important player for the national economy and also player in this mobile smartphone market, we have to keep in mind the fates of Vodafone, Nokia, Sony Ericsson, and Motorola, for instance, and all these glorious names of the past and how they faded out really fast in this competition. So when Samsung is playing such a big role in the global market and also important role for the national economy, we should keep in mind that Samsung continues to be the new trend creator or new trend setter or new business ecosystem creator indeed. And one national economy so largely reliant upon one business or company itself means, I've mentioned this before in this program many times, means vulnerability. So the government, for instance, policy should really focus on encouraging others to grow fast and big while helping Samsung to continue on and maintaining its leading position in the global market. But more important is, once again, the first part, encouraging other companies to grow really fast so that we won't repeat the fate of Nokia and its impact on Finnish economy.
Oh, certainly. Wow. Thank you, Dr. Kim, for sharing your insight with us today, and have a great weekend.
Thank you, you too.